my place. He said that leaf, it go grow, come out for the chest of a man. I dey always dey talk am for my live video here, say, whether you like it or not, every woman plays over 85 to 90% for every marriages to stand. I dey always dey talk am for my live video. But sometimes people no dey too understand why I dey talk this thing. Charles, how are you? So people no dey too understand why I dey always dey talk this thing. They no dey understand. Say women, when you see marriage today, they'll say, this man has been married for the past 20 years. You give kudos to the wife or to the women when he involved inside this very marriage. Yeah, come here, how you dey now? You understand? You give kudos to the women because I know wetin women they endure for inside marriage. Because why? Since 2002, I don't dey inside marriage. So I know say not be bed of roses. Now one kind of big institution like that where any be a kaya zola come, not be waiting children till they remove to pick they come off from mouth. You see, as my friend they go through waiting they go through on social media spaces, people they talk as if say you not get perfect home. Now so every one of us when they marry not get perfect home at all. But I believe say the difference between me or any other person with what they happen to my friend Nana because our own never come on the public space. That be the difference between all of us. It doesn't really mean that every one of us is in a perfect marriage, you know that all. Whether na one you marry or na two or na three or na four or na five or na six. Some people they marry one, stress will kill them for inside that one with them day. Some people they said they go even get three, they're not going to even get stress. Because that institution is too big where every human being when he dey inside supposed to understand say not be bed of roses. Good evening, Fina. How are you? I want to use this matter to advise the general public. For some of una way they talk say first wife do this, second wife not do that, husband do this, husband not do that. Maybe una dey say I'm like say the situation where the first wife dey, the situation where the second wife dey, or the situation where the husband himself dey, like say it dey very very easy. No, at all. It's not dey easy. Me when they talk to you, so I've been there before. It is not an easy thing. But sometimes we not fit control our emotions again as human beings. That is why. Mama, good evening. Good evening, Mama. Mama, Obasuyi here. Good evening, Mama. Okay, Charles, I'll give you a chance to call. Just 10 minutes now, I want to talk. So now, I believe that people will complain, say, why 001 go do this one? Why 002 go do this one? Why the husband go do this one? Sometimes heat they come from marriage. Even if na one, how much more say na two it can't be. Heat go more. It not get how we go. It not get as these two women go they nice reach to each other. That heat it must come from somewhere because I have been there before. I know how it be. Sometimes some people they even in their heat. They can still control that their emotion. But I cannot say everybody can be able to do that. That is the area where I feel that my bestie wives could not control the last emotions that were with them, that drove them in every instances that they have to bring this matter to the public space. But they are human beings. Yes, they be human beings. And that you cannot take away from them. But for me, the reason why as a married man for over 23 years, I no go fit criticize any marriage now because the one with me I did is not a perfect one. but at least I try to manage it, because that is the beauty of marriage. Because the beauty of marriage is the understanding that every party involved in it can give to it. You know, I also understand some presenters also who also from their own understanding trying to advise some of the women that are going through some emotional difficulties in their marriage, to tell them that, oh, listen, if the stress is just too much for you, you better just go out of that place. There's no need for you to be there, because we have also seen on this social media platform that some married women also lost their life as a result of, I have to understand, I have to bear in this marriage that I am today. And I keep also, as somebody who understands this thing, that marriage is not worth dying for. Yes, that one is the true fact of it. But I believe that with so much of understanding in marriage, I think it will never bring people to that level and that moment when they begin to lose their life emotionally. Now, most especially when there are no physical violence, because the reason why I'm scared of physical violence in marriages, where I always give first instance to tell any woman or any man, if your wife is abusing you physically, or your good evening Esther, shining star, how you dey, Mama Twins. One of the reasons why I will not advise any woman or any man to stay in a domestic physical violence in any marriage, in any relationship, or in any other marriage relationship or boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, is because of the dangers in it. Some may have killed their wife, not because their intention was to kill this woman. They'll just always slap sometimes. If you just slap somebody, thank you very much, Osazuwa Omede, Multimedia Sound. God bless you, bro, for the start. Some people, they go just slap woman, just come on slap like this. The woman just carry her, go hit something. The woman don't buy be that one, it don't go. But you know, when it comes to emotion, when it does not have to do, if a man does not abuse you physically, or a woman does not abuse you physically, say now maybe waiting the man they do is tormenting you emotionally. I always say that in most times we can control our emotions. Me, I'm a very big, I'm one person when you don't learn a lot in my marriage. I don't use that to give so much of example here. There were times in my marriage also where I had what is called emotional breakdown. You know, emotional breakdown can come from different angles. Some people, women would think that, oh, a man is cheating. That is why they give the woman emotional stress. Oh, that is, no. You as a woman might not be cheating. Only food, when I go say make you cook for me, when it be say the food pepper not day, salt not day, or too much salt day, or you know sabi cook, or maybe at the end of the day you come be woman for house where be say you know they take care of yourself away, and to leave you and not feel leave you, maybe things don't go wrong with you in terms of waiting first they attract me for your body. Automatically I dey with you, I want come on, but I not feel come on because I dey involved inside this marriage. It can give me also an emotional backlash. It can give me also emotional backlash. Make women not always they think say now only we now they give them emotional stress. Not be only by say a woman go cheat or a woman not go cheat. Now you go say, oh, you not feel give me emotional anything. Maybe the way you take the behave for house alone, Bible say it is better to live on top of the house roof than to live in the same house with a quarrelsome woman. Do you know that some women when they quarrel for house, they feel give man emotional stress also? Yes, of course, they feel give man emotional stress. But you see, when this emotional stress comes inside, there are some people that are very good to handle their emotional stress. My wife is a very big example of a woman who can handle her emotional stress and still try as much as possible to manage it with her marriage until we are able to find a solution to that very problem. I would say yes, she's an example of it. Now, not be every woman gets that endurance. Doesn't mean that this woman who does not have an endurance has done something bad or has done something wrong. Every one of us have a level of understanding how we can be able to control our emotional disorder. Now, in the case of my friend, some people will say, oh, why you woman, why if 001 go talk to this one? The other one go say, why the 002 go talk to this one? There are times in life that we cannot handle some emotional pressure that is happening to us. And when we find ourselves in this very place, we began to make decisions that might not be very pleasant, either to our husband, either to our husband's family, either to our own family self. We cannot be able to control it. And this place is where I come to say that we as the general public, we should do everything possible not to ignite more problems, more quarrel, and more fighting into that home. Because I know the reason why most in the public sectors now everybody is talking is because they feel that this thing don't come general public. As it don't come, they make we help now disguagua the thing. But sometimes we must understand that na human being na dem be. This na class, na Bible class, na class where we be say we dey try to use the word of God to take dey console each other. I cannot tell you today that my friend is very perfect in his marriage. He has his flaws, yes. And I believe he cannot deny that also. As a man, he has his flaws. When you are taking two women also along a journey, there are also certain things that also needs to be done, which also as my friend, I know him, he talks to me, I talk to him, he has his flaws, just like I have my own. But that is not enough reason to castigate him in this marriage, to even put more fire to separate this home. 002 is our daughter. Very many of us witnessed the wedding she had also with our brother. 001 is our daughter also. We all also experienced the marriage also our brother also had with her. That means the day they all took this oath, they know that it is not a journey that will be easy for any one of them. But sometimes in life, you cannot control that emotion anymore. That is one thing I have come to realize. Because sometimes when I will understand, why would somebody do a thing like this? Then sometimes I have to ask myself, why do I do certain things that I do when I am emotionally distressed? And I find out that there are times you cannot control your emotion. That it takes you out from the ordinary way to do things. And at the end of the day, you find yourself to be blamed in that actions that you take. What do we do as the general public? We must learn how to console our brethren. We must learn how to control our sisters when they find themselves in this situation. Rather than looking for a way to tear them more and more apart. I have seen people separated in marriage. There is no big deal about that. But after separation, what happens after separation? Person where you are in, when they cook for you before, when they talk before, when they get life together before, all of a sudden, good evening, Jennifer Mike. All of a sudden, you go come the waka the pass body for street. Is that what we want? All the fire where we they put can bring this family where be say they go even want turn to life enemy. Make we try, make we take calm, easy, soft with this family. They are going through a lot. It is not a nice thing that when they have their issues inside the house, that they have to bring it out, because very many people have all this kind of issue. I remember when Enogi also had some issues with his wife. I was one of those people who called him. I also tried to reach out to him. I wanted to tell him that, my brother, if you think that you are the only one that is going through this thing now that you are going with your wife, that you are coming out on the public space now to come and show this whole annoyance thing where you dey show, my brother, you are joking. Even me, I go through the same thing that you go through. Even my wife go through the same thing that 001 is going through, or 002 is going through, or any other person. Because this marriage is an institution, something. It's like now when you dey go school now, some people they'll get problem with biology, but they are very smart in chemistry. Some go get problem with mathematics. They will be very good in English language. Na so e be, na so marriage be. E can never, even if you become professor, you must get one difficult subject where e be say you still dey find very difficult to, you are still a professor. Oh. Na so marriage be. Marriage comes to a point where you will always have that subject when e dey difficult inside the marriage. But at a time when this thing no fit go well again, yes, then I go say, oh, if the parties can come together to say, you know what, it is better for us to go our separate ways because it is not working anymore. That is the area where also I fought my 001 and 002 say, whatever they go through in their home, they should keep it internal. It should not come out to the public space, because the same people you are bringing this thing out to on the public space, even some of them, their own, some day will be saying now only one wife they marry. Their home, there is more fire in their home more than the one where my friend, when he get 2 wives, they get for a house. And that is the true fact of it. But nobody go tell you all these things. People just do as if say, many times when I'm doing my Bible class here, when mostly I'm talking about marriage, I always use myself as an example. I always tell people that when you see me and my wife, we are always fluenting. Yes, there are moments also where we still have our glitches. But one thing we must always learn, we grew, all of us, we grew also in this marriage. That is why the institution that marriage is, it's a place where you will grow. There were things I can still remember vividly I used to do in my marriage, like about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Today, I don't do them anymore in order to bring more joy into my home. I remember those days when I have issues with my wife. Sometimes 2 weeks, I don't go eat for inside house. I go the verse. I go the carry mind. If my wife go do me something, I go tie and put for my mind. Some of these things also, they escalate matters also inside the home. Maybe now my 001 go do something to Yoga, my bestie. Yoga fit go tie that thing for mind now. One small thing where 001 go do another, the 002 do, the way go content react for that thing. If he constantly make the woman also react, my own advice to people be say, when your wife offend you or your husband offend you, immediately let go of it. Me, I don't learn that one. My wife can testify to it. That is one of the good things I don't progress also on. But there are still areas that I'm finding very difficult also to still work on. But it's not going to be an easy thing. But in that area, me and my wife go, they manage ourselves, they go. Not just only me and my wife, even you where they look me here, so where you they go social media, go they castigate 001, go they castigate 002, go they castigate their oga. You yourself get your own problem, you get your own issue. You know, say it no dey easy to dey for inside marriage. They think say na bed of roses, but now because say at a time when it comes out to the general public, yes, people will constantly talk on them. Yes, and the people who talk put, I not blame any of una. I can still understand from the angle where all of you are talking on it, but I want use God to beg all of una. He don't still reach, and he don't still do like this. Me, I know go be one person. I know say if I tell my friend say I want to do video about this thing, maybe my friend go tell me say no, not one. I am doing this video behind him. I never told him I was going to do this video, but I felt there is a need for me as a very close ally friend to him to beg the general public on his behalf. At least we have dragged this family now for more than 2 or 3 days now as regarding to this whole issue. I dey beg all of una, make we still let am go down like this. I believe by now, the families now will be thinking on how to resolve this matter internally. Let's all of us go about doing our normal content where we dey create before. Polygamy is more difficult and dangerous than monogamy. Yes, to an extent, Mama Bella. Yes, polygamy is not an easy thing. Why? Because it is involving also 2 women. And the context of the jealousy also with the 2 women in any polygamy, I was there before. That is why I said. But in my days also, we were still able to manage ourselves, how whichever way also it comes. But like I keep saying, after knowing what I know, after experiencing what I have experienced, with the little, my own was not really a full-time polygamy like that, because the other woman was not officially married as Destiny Ebagua, my bestie, did also his own. I know also how difficult that could be. But Benin people say Eko or Wagwa. You know, when I don't see people where they married 3-4 wives, they happier more than the person where he married.